stepped up and took it all away. Whether that was FaNg, whether that was JT, whether that was OC, MarKE had some big flanks and moments, floppy as well on some holds on that CT side, and it just never looked like paiN were allowed to do anything at all. It looked like Extra Salt had them boxed into a cage.
Yeah, literally. I mean, they silenced safe, they silenced the entire team, which is so strange.
It's not something you see against paiN often at all. And if you look at paiN's record, I don't think they've suffered a loss that bad in quite some time as this unit. So, for paiN, can they overcome the injury? Can they overcome the hurt and strike back at the jugular of Extra Salt? They have to make a big pistol round stand, and Netkeys and PKL have done just that. 3 quick kills for them, making up 4K. Well, 4 kills across the two each, and then Bigu's going to come in and mop up the last. That is the pistol round that paiN Gaming needed.
All right. So paiN finally get off to the right foot here on their overpass, taking the 1-0 lead.
That's not a good start for Extra Salt if you wanted to build on your momentum earlier and keep paiN from getting into the game early. But paiN, they're a professional squad. They know exactly what they need to do to get back into things mentally. That's a good sign from them, because this is a series you want to see be incredibly entertaining. But FaNg's Deagle's already found a mark. He's done a lot of damage on the Safe as well. Oh, Safe is lucky to get out alive there. He gets legged on the exit by another Deagle, and he's going to get caught out by OC charging forward with an M4, picked up off the ground. Extra Salt won a Deagle round on Ancient, and it's looking like they could pull off the same again.
Floppy gonna come out here. He gets taken down by Bigu, and Bigu finds himself a 2K. Then the third, leaving it all up to OC. But it is a 1v2, still winnable, right? Because of all that damage that was done in the early goings of the round. OC gonna come out here. He's got Hardzao on his flank. He has to hurry up. He might be able to slip through the gap. He is. I'm not sure they're gonna expect him to be here. Well, Nikiz, her neck has just turned around. And he's going to have a look right in that direction. And indeed, paiN do find a second round in a row, but it wasn't easy.
No, that was Biguzetta. All Biguzetta. The double spray down with the MP9. The third kill with a P2K. How do you allow the guy to get a kill with a stock pistol in that situation? I don't know, but Extra Salt managed to do it.
Yeah.
That's the thing when you go 1 by 1. That's kind of what happened down in Con. They just went 1 by 1. Hurrah, hurrah. The joy of Biguzetta and paiN.
All right, now Extra Salt only going to have the pistols here. 3 Deagles, a Tech 9, and the P250. Safe going to toss a nade on forward, and he gets tagged down to 19, but that nade hits so many players. A couple of them, in fact, going down to below half health, and now PKL and Hards are going to mop up the mess. PKL with the 3K, nade kill included, and it's all up to OC, who might get 2? No, just barely misses getting PKL, who finds himself a 4K on the anti-eco.
That's a good, clean mop-up for paiN, only losing 1. I'll be able to get the op in Safe's hands, which is something you always want to see if you're a paiN fan, or a fan of good op plays in general. OC, does he have a big green? Yes, he does, and we're going to get take 2 of the OC Safe op duel coming here in this map, and in this round it'll kick off. Full rifles for Extra Salt, good amount of utility on everyone but their opper. This long aggression from paiN coupled with the fountain push. This could be very good. OC's gonna get safe, and FaNg picks up Hardzao. That's gonna be 2 quick kills going back the way of Extra Salt again. The guns in their hands start to be working wonders. It seems the pistols were not their play, but the guns are their salvation. Netkeys and Biguzetta. DKL as well, the last 3 alive for paiN. They're playing a 2-1 setup, 2 towards A, 1 on B, as you would expect, given the early pressure towards the A side of things from Extra Salt. Plenty of utility here for the T side, still late in this round, as it might be. 1:01 on the clock, and a pick for OC as he spots Biguzetta jumping over the truck. It's a big catch out towards APC and Bank. PKL's down towards B. MarKE's walked out, but it's all part of the ruse. Bombs going down on A. Extra Salt should have this round on lock. And paiN Gaming, they're not even going to fathom a retake. They're going to hold on to what they have, an AK and an M4. Good amount of utility as well. A couple incendiaries, a smoke, a nade, and a flashbang. Playing the buddy system too to make sure they have the best chance of staying alive. And as we hear the BGs in the background, Extra Salt are finally starting to get some momentum on the board. And while it might have started off pretty rough for them on that pistol round, and round number 3, round number 4 is strong. And there was no heroics to be found from paiN, despite them having a really good setup, I thought, to counter what Extra Salt had going for them. The 3 play towards A, 1 fountain too long. It should have worked out so well, and yet it just comes crashing down again. It does not work. There is no success for paiN. They can reinvest into this round. Another op. M4s will be tossed around. Perhaps a FAMAS or something for NickEase? No. He has the AK on the ground. And paiN will be back at it with a full buy and a full belt of utility. Couple kits as well. Extra Salt only had to reinvest onto one player. Safe with the op. Going to go down to connector this time. Try his luck elsewhere on the map. Molotov will not force him back. He didn't want to go all the way down the stairs anyways. Floppy throwing in some utility. Going to do what he can. Triple boost coming out towards jungle. It's always a fun boost. Will MarKE expect this? He's revealed his position. Does he dash away in time? Yes, he does, but he's still going to go out. Does he check the boost? He will have to now. He's been taken down to about half HP. Floppy now could catch the timing onto Safe, who's moved up to top of Con. Floppy goes back, doesn't check the stairwell. Miss from Safe, an uncharacteristic one at that. And Floppy's going to capitalize. Big pickup here for Extra Salt, as they now have a man advantage and FaNg working down long, with the bomb pushing its way down towards the A site. Hardzao holding up towards the lane is PKL, and looks like Biguzera's in the vicinity as well. Should be a full gamble stack towards A from the looks of things. Only NickEase holding down towards B. Floppy sprays a lot of damage, but Bigu picks him up. In comes PKL for JT. FaNg with 1 and 2 onto PKL. Spots the player onto Optimus, and OC's there for the trade. 2v1. NickEase making his way back up. MarKE lurking out towards B, and that's exactly where Extra Salt want to be. OC's working down the ramp and in towards the B site. Smoke will go through. NickEase could catch the bomb in rotation, however. And this is the one problem that this position has. NickEase, though, reveals his position has been taken down low. Time is lower. OC to the AK. OC wins the duel. Goes back to his op. And Extra Salt go to within 1 round of the opposition.
All right. Guess what, Austin? I lost power again. I hope my audio is not completely terrible. We'll see. If it is, well, you might be on your own again. But we're gonna try it out anyway, as it is 3-2 in favor of paiN. But it's a good comeback by Extra Salt, right?
Yeah, it is. It's been 2 good gun rounds from Extra Salt in a row. They're starting to find their momentum again, and paiN looked to be shaken once more. That's the other problem.
All right, paiN sending 3 players in towards connector. PKL, Hardzao, hanging out there. And of course, they're stuck on the pistols, so it's not going to be easy for them to come back into this one as OC fires off a shot. AK from JT also peering in towards that connector area, and that Molotov's going to burn away. That traps paiN in connector, of course. They were going for that aggressive play. And, well, eventually they'll be able to filter on out. If they get the timing right, they could catch Extra Salt on a bit of a flank.
They're able to. Would be a big pickup for paiN. Now if they go in towards sewers, MarKE, I think he's heard the sound cues. He's just backing away, aware that there could be somebody behind him too. But it's going to be a push towards A again from Extra Salt. They love to be going for these plays, and Safe's actually going to be able to pick up 1. Big kill for him. But considering the best weapon they have left is that Mag 7, if you don't want to count the P250, things will be pretty rough here. Nice kills from Floppy and JT. MarKE gets PKL on his alert towards B, and Extra Salt knot it up at 3 apiece.
Okay, so this starts to get a little troubling for paiN, right? I know that was just an eco round, but Extra Salt, as you mentioned, tying things up at 3-3. paiN haven't really been able to show much of anything over these last 3 rounds, but now they're back on the rifles. It won't be the best of buy-ups because they have to take 2 FAMASes in their buy-up, and they won't have the op in play, but they do have those 3 A1Ss and, of course, almost full utilities. So that's the good news. The bad news is if Extra Salt finds their rhythm again, I'm really worried for paiN.
Yeah, and already I'm worried for paiN if Extra Salt win this round. Because then momentum's going to be back with Extra Salt. paiN are going to be trying to figure out what they can do on weaker buys. They don't even have the op for safe in this round. That's a good start for paiN with bigU getting the opening onto MarKE. He's been a thorn in the side of paiN just by the information gathering abilities on his own. The bomb seems to be going back towards A, where Extra Salt have decided B is not for them, John. They don't like it over there. They like the A side much better. There's an ATM after all.
You can withdraw some cash and help you get a little bit of a buy-up. That'd be fun, huh? If you can take some cash out of the ATM once every 6 rounds or something, here's a little bit of a bonus. But only maybe the CTs can get it because the Ts don't need any more bonuses. But going in, and we're in round number 7 here, of course, and still paiN Gaming at least have the edge in a 5v4. As you see, the hit's likely going to come towards the A site here. Smoke going to fly out. And Hardzau's watching and waiting on the edge of that smoke. Here comes Extra Salt. They're making a lot of noise. I think they're trying to sell an A hit, and they're going to rotate off to B. That's exactly what they'll be doing. The thing is, there are a couple of players for paiN in Canal, ready and waiting, and could take the engagement. JT goes down, and that's just to try and ensure that paiN Gaming will rotate forward to A, and they don't. Nikki's is the last one standing at the B site. If he goes down, then at least Extra Salt can find a plant, and actually they managed to worm their way around him, but Hardzau finds the headshot on Floppy, and it's all up to OC to try and clutch things out. He does get one, makes a 1v3, but time's running out. It will be a round victory for paiN, but look at OC go.
Oh, that is disgusting.
That hurts so much, right? Because you don't have the loss bonus for OC, but he still has enough money, so it's okay.
He won't have an op, which is the problem. But it's not really that big of a problem when it's OC we're talking about. He's still very good on the rifles anyways. And the buy for paiN is anything but good, too. FaMa's still in the hands of safe. Utility is lacking for both safe and PKL. Hardzau, bigU, and Neckies have full belts of it, but when you look at the overall structure of this team, lacking that utility on the CT side is going to come back and hurt you. An Extra Salt looked to be going a little faster out towards long with the bomb on its back. Maybe they're going to change the pace up a little bit here. It's a B-heavy stack from paiN, 3 on the site, 1 in con. PKL towards Divider is that one lone real A player. JT, though, should get caught out here. That's not exactly the start Extra Salt wanted. They've been losing these opening picks quite often on this T side of Overpass so far. And if they don't fix that, John, things are not always going to be very easy for them.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit tough. Always an uphill battle when you lose that first body. Extra Salt, though, they've got 3 players lined up towards A, and I think there's only 1 defender. Yeah, only 1 player here. That's PKL, so he's going to have to do a lot of work to deny this and might just choose to back off and go for a retake. Yeah, that will be what he's doing. Ducking and covering in bank, and he goes down to 27. They're chasing after him to try and get that frag, and even this out of a 4v4 just cannot seem to find it, and Hardzau comes to support. He will drop OC 5v3, no bomb planted yet. Extra Salt finally will stick bomb to dirt, but they have to get 5 frags and deny paiN any access here. That's going to help. Floppy finds one, but immediately traded out. Now FaNg finds a response as well. 1v3. FaNg has to do it all.
And doesn't even pass the first test, John. For paiN, you have to be getting very excited. They're holding their own. They might be surrendering some bomb plants, but they're getting those opening picks. They're not throwing bodies to the wind. They're playing a much stronger game than we saw on Ancient. Granted, they started Ancient T side, and we all know how rough T side Ancient is, and Overpass is another CT set and map, but their confidence overall seems to be on a different level. They look a lot more composed. They look a lot more structured. They don't look as loose, and sometimes fluidity is a good thing in Counter-Strike. But it wasn't like they were a fluid, it was more like they were a gas. And look at the buy from Extra Salt. Or the lack thereof, I should say. It's pistols out, Hardzau with the opener. Aggression by FaNg in towards bathrooms. Nade will go a little too far as as the Tech 9 movement speed is pushing up forward. Safe's going to get taken down a little bit, but FaNg's going to not be aware of what's going to happen to him. 3 kills pop up on the board for paiN. And OC will do what he can, and he can't do much there. 6-3. paiN with the strong, flawless anti-half buy. Extra Assault back on the buy again. OC lacking the op once more. Are we getting to timeout territory for Extra Assault?
I think they're still okay overall. Not necessarily needing to call a timeout. Obviously, paiN has, run 3 in a row here, but it's been back and forth, right? Back and forth. 3 in a row for paiN to start off, 3 in a row for Extra Assault, and now back to paiN as they move up to 6. Extra Assault, that was an eco for them. They'll be coming back with the AKs and about half the utility, maybe a little over that. As you see, PKL going for the aggression, could catch FaNg out, and he does. PKL wins the duel, and a trade trying to come in here. I don't think it's going to be connected on just yet. At least PKL getting taken down to 13, but Extra Assault needs to stop losing that first player. It's not helping them, nor doing them any favors. There's a frag, could be a second one into Bathrooms, but it ends up being at long A, and now that Bathrooms player is very exposed, Austin.
Yeah, and when a 2v4, it's going to be a hard hold for paiN. It's a good Molotov, but Hardzao goes through. He's blind, however. That's going to make things a lot more difficult to win the duel with, and lack of vision will be his undoing. Safe with the op. We'll probably try and get an exit here, but we'll most likely not contend for this round too heavily. Save the big green gun. Take it into the next round. A magnificent bit of work there from Extra Assault to claw back into this round, because once again, they lost that opening pick, but it did not deter them this time. They were able to get the trades and the space out towards A. But I think paiN are going to make the adjustment soon, because Extra Assault have not gone B. They go A, and they go A again. They continue to try the upper site. They don't go to the lower site. They seem to avoid it like the plague. Every bit of posturing they've had over there has led to a death or two as well, which is understandable why they don't want to go to B. But at some point, you have to put pressure on the B site, or else the stack towards A is just going to be too much for you to deal with.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt about it. paiN Gaming will need to make that adjustment as Extra Assault. Looking at them, they get their 4th. And we'll have to see if they can, again, maybe counter back and get 3 in a row, right? It's going to be the back and forth 3-round victories for each side. Or maybe take control of this match once more. But at the very least, right, paiN's looking much, much better, which I guess isn't that hard to do considering they only got 3 rounds in Ancient, but much better this time with those 6 rounds on the board. Let's see if they can stop Extra Assault here with what will be a pretty decent buy. You got an op, you got 3 A1Ss, and the FAMAS. FaNg, looking around in Playground. He will be joined by his entire team leaning towards that A side. I think the only player who's not there is MarKE, as he's favored those lower tunnels. JT tossing that smoke in towards Bathrooms, and that'll cover some space. This could be a pinch onto Connector.
Neckies could walk up, and he's going to get demolished by OC. Not with his op, but with his AK. Good Molotov by PKL, but he's going to push through all the sound cues, show that he's going forward. FaNg spotted him out. Floppy swings, and Floppy will deliver. Iguzel on the A side, grouped up with Hardzao, but it's not going to be anything at all. Safes out towards long. Could catch JT and will, but it still doesn't look like a good round for paiN Gaming. Bomb should be making its way to the A side quickly, but Floppy has other ideas. They're going back down to B. Hardzao's got OC in the downturn, and FaNg's just going to be left alone as a lurker. He could pick up Safe, as I'm pretty sure paiN will attempt the retake here. But now, with Safe gone, Hardzao's in a 1v3, none v3, as Floppy domes him as well. Extra Assault risky on the read and risky on the rotation, but it does pay off well, especially because FaNg got that kill onto Safe.
Oh yeah, that getting that op out of their, or at least, well, yeah, it did get the op out of their hands. Safe's going to reinvest into it. That caught me off guard a little bit because the rest of the team only has 2K, Austin. That's an interesting decision. So Safe, he's taking a gamble.
Yeah, interesting decision. I think it's putting it lightly, my friend. I don't like it. This isn't your junction point.
It's not the usual play from paiN. You don't usually see them try for this type of stuff.
They usually play a lot more cerebral. They don't normally go for these gimmicky gamble plays.
We're going to end up eating our words here, Austin, as saffee gets the
Yes,
opening
we are.
frag on FaNg. 5v4 in favor of paiN. As now Extra Salt has to be wondering, what on earth are they carrying? How is there an op on the other end? So at least put some questions in the minds of Extra Salt. And I would say they'll probably think about backing off of that A site. But it wouldn't necessarily be the right call because paiN are banking on that.
Yeah, they are. They're ready for the B play. And I don't think Extra Salt want to go towards B. I think the only reason they went B last round was because they had the information that there were a lot of players towards A, so might as well just go try and go to the B site. They don't like to dry hit B. They seem to avoid it as much as possible. PKL's gone for the jump spot and been legged, but that's not going to shy Extra Salt away from the side tick. In fact, they're just going to push on instead with the contact. This is exactly the opposite of what you'd expect. JT, clear your backside, please! There he goes, a little late, but the flashes are going to be his salvation. He will stay alive. OC up close with the op, has to fall away. He might have to take a fight here. Yes, he does. Swaps to the Glock, and he'll take out Big Uzetta as well. saffee has his op posted up and ready. Floppy survives that first peak engagement onto saffee. Will now book it back towards T-spawn this time, trying to go the opposite direction of his opposition. Keep the op into the next round, as that is such a big investment into it. Extra Salt will claim their 6th, and MarKE actually might leave this with an AK-2. He is taken down quite low. One solitary point of health. Floppy mollied away, keeping an eye on things out towards the T-Con entrance, but MarKE's dash is just in time to escape the watchful eyes of Floppy and Extra Salt. And with that extra gun, paiN actually have a solid buy-up coming to this round.
Yeah, that really did help. I mean, MarKE is surviving by the skin of his teeth, of course. 1 HP to bring this AK into round number 13. But again, it's 3 in a row for Extra Salt to respond to paiN, and we're back where we started pretty much, tied up at 6-6 with 3 rounds left in this first half of action. Alrighty, Extra Salt, well, they've got plenty of bank built up at this point. They've had quite a few clean rounds for themselves. So it's going to be 4 AKs and the AWP on their side. But as you mentioned, the buy-up is much better for paiN. It's not perfect, but it's much better because they were able to keep the op in saffee's hands and, of course, the AK. Let's see what Extra Salt has up their sleeves this time. Done a great job of taking control of that A site, exploiting what appears to be a vulnerability for paiN. But now paiN are going a little more aggressive. Down short A. Thing is, that player's isolated because the long A player in saffee is going to have to rotate around, and by the time his teammate goes down, he won't really be able to do much of anything. We'll see if the reinforcements will come through, and it appears as though they will be.
Look at the push from Big Uzetta. He's all the way out through Monster. They know exactly where this one's going to end up. saffee misses another shot. Hards out, however, has 2. PKL sideswipes OC. MarKE and FaNg, the last 2 alive. They've been caught out, and this is the problem when you go to the A site every single round. The opposition is going to get hungry towards the B monster tunnels. They'll get the aggression, they'll get the information, they'll rotate over, they'll stack on you, they'll flank on you. And when the CT side knows exactly where you're going to come from, unless you hit some impressive shots, you're not going to have a fun time. You are going to be walled out, you're going to be overrun. And with FaNg trying to be a hero, he's only able to get 1 kill. MarKE's at 15 HP. This round's done and dusted, John.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, regardless, Extra Salt will be able to bind to the next round, so MarKE trying to go for a little more isn't necessarily a bad idea because it'll hurt the economy more for paiN, but he can't get anything, so that will be that. paiN get a 7th for themselves on the board. That said, look, you know, CT side of Overpass tends to be the favorite side, so 6 rounds for Extra Salt, it's good. Could be better, of course, but it's not too shabby.
Yeah, I mean, there's no saying they can't get a 7th out of this round or even an 8th. paiN cannot be caught napping. They cannot be getting confident yet. I'd say paiN can start feeling confident when they win this map. Until that point, they cannot get lax whatsoever. MarKE demolishes hard down on the boost. The spray will not deal any more damage, but the time Extra Salt want to hit B seems to be now. They've got the whole rotations out towards A, and now they try to pressure the B site. In comes the utility. Floppy's pushing forward on the bridge. He wins that duel against the blind MarKE. Big U's header trades 1 back. FaNg's got a take, but Big U's got 2. PKL chimes in as well, but he is traded out. Health is so low on MarKE, but he's made his way to site. OC spots out 1, a lot of damage on the Big U. MarKE trades it out. In comes safe for the AWP. MarKE's low is a one shot, and the nade is out. Does it connect? No, it does not. MarKE spots him. MarKE hits the head, and it will be Extra Salt picking up a 7th, and paiN have to be rolling over in their graves as they respawn now into round 15, about losing that round.
What a freaking brawl on the B site. Unreal back and forth action as Extra Salt somehow, some way managed to come out with a 7th for themselves. Great shots from MarKE to close it out. We're in the 15th and final round of play now, and paiN Gaming, they don't have much. They forced up whatever they could. And 2A1Ss isn't bad, but they're stuck with a couple of Eagles and the MP9, and that push from PKL will already delete one of the M4s. That said, Safe comes out and gets a 2K. He'll even out the odds as MarKE trades him out. 3v3, Hartzell could do something, but no, the MP9 just isn't enough. And now a 3v2 in favor of Extra Salt. It is a weak one though, because OC only has 5 HP, so one of these Deagle shots from either Bigu or Nekes could be a difference maker. Oh, Bigu around the corner, can't do anything. It's all up to Nekes, who does drop MarKE.
He does have full health as well, no kit, but I don't know if that's going to be necessarily a factor as the bomb goes down so early. Nekes would have to burn a lot of clock to be able to make that clock a factor. But look at that headshot from Nekes. He's got the next as well. Nekes on the Deagle. Hat trick for him on the round. An 8th on the board for paiN. And John, this was a nice 12-3 half on Ancient for Extra Salt. paiN get the half in their favor here on Overpass. Half number 2's coming up after the break, and it's going to be a banger.
There ain't a thing that you cannot be. This is a world of imagination. My online baby, let's connect.
Tone of voice you're using there. Resentment flowing down the line. I can't stand when you are not near. We can sort it out when you're here.
Ancient might have been a blowout, folks, but here on Overpass, things are definitely different. It's as close of a half as you can get. paiN winning 8 on their defense, Extra Salt putting up 7 on T's side. I'm Boggs, joined by JRT, who's making it through a storm with 100 KPH wins. But he's still here, he's still kicking as our paiN Gaming.
I'm still here. I'm still here. I'm committed. I'm not going to stop casting until I have no possible way of doing it. MarKE
Man, sitting in
is
the
gonna go
dark
into
here on his phone
connector.
casting this.
I'll do what I have to. As Extra Salt have MarKE and connector on the pistol round. Extra Salt hoping to tie things up, and maybe they'll gain the edge on their CT side. Again, surprised we're even already at Overpass since Ancient was so quick to end. MarKE getting overloaded, but he's got support and goes down too. What a nice play by paiN. Hartzell and PKL taking down both players that were pressuring them, and that gives them a 5v3. They're going to rotate back to the A site, and I'm not sure that's the best of ideas because that'll give a couple of long-range engagements to Floppy along with JT on that site.
Look who's on the flank.
Oh, FaNg on a flank. Yeah.
Exactly. But JT, Floppy, and FaNg need to hit their shots. They failed to do so far. Floppy's going back for more, but he's not connecting anything. FaNg and JT have 2. But the bomb's going down towards B, and it's all down to JT. He needs to be the one to hold it off. He's barely spotted at the top of the head at such a long-range angle. And he's going to have a lot of work to do to be able to even claw this back to a 1v2. They know where he's coming from. He's made all the noise. And Nekes is in the open, and he will still deliver the final blow. Both pistol rounds go the way of paiN. And that is precisely where they want to be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As given how close this is, we thought pistol rounds would be more important on Ancient, or at least the little things would be more important, but it turns out Not quite, but let's put that behind us. We're here on Overpass. paiN Gaming has the 9-7 edge, and not to mention they have 3 rifles coming into this round, 2 AKs, a Galil, and 2 MAC-10s. Extrasalt, of course, is going to be forcing up here. OC connects on Nekis, and then the final blow is dealt from FaNg's grenade. All right. Opening frag goes to Extrasalt, and more damage coming through now on Bigu and PKL. 5v4, 5v3, what a shot from MarKE, and then JT drops 2! What is happening here? paiN down to only 1, just a force buy from Extrasalt, and paiN had the advantage hardware-wise, but it's all down to Hardzao. My goodness, Austin.
I wish you could see my face right now.
Me
My
too.
jaw's on the floor. I had to pick it up.
Oh my
How
goodness.
is this a chance of a flawless victory for Extrasalt?
I don't know. I honestly felt like paiN was going to have the edge, given the fact they win the
Same.
pistol round, right, and everything's looking good, and then all of a sudden Extrasalt just come right back and win this force buy. And, winning a force buy is one thing, like you said, but winning one without losing a single player is just a feat that you don't see very often.
No. And this isn't even the first time Extrasalt struck blood on a weak buy like this. I go back to Ancient. That big round they won when they had no buy whatsoever. It was pistols, no armor. And they won that against paiN. So, right now, I'm wondering, what can paiN do to not lose to the pistols? Because it's really bad not only for your economy, but for your momentum. You give the other team such a big boost. There's so many reasons why losing to pistols is a bad thing. And to lose that second round force is just incredibly detrimental. Hardzao will take JT out, but JT was hunting for that gun. He's like, I don't want to let you save. I'm going to get you. Not able to get him. But it doesn't matter. The damage has been done.
Are they forcing? Yeah, they're going to force.
They have to.
I guess it makes sense, right? Because they didn't have much money and the AK was there. So you might as well give it the old college try. You have a Tech 9, a Deagle, 2 Deagles, in fact. And only Safe is the one that decides to save his money towards the op, which will only be able to be bought in a couple of rounds unless they win here. But even if they win here, he'll only be able to get the AK. Anyway, there's a nice nade thrown by Extrasalt as both Nekis and PKL go down to about half health. PKL slightly above it at 63. Oh, he was trying to find a frag, but it's Bigu who gets the head with the lone AK. So perhaps paiN going to pull off the magic here on their light buy-up.
That would be huge for paiN if they're able to pull off some magic. Extrasalt have done it. Why can't they? paiN working their way up along towards a over-defended A. There's only one player towards B, that's MarKE, and he's pushing out towards Monster, getting a lot of information that nobody's in the area. So this is going to set Extrasalt up for a play similar to what paiN were able to do against Extrasalt on Overpass a few rounds into the half. It goes towards the later portion of that first half. Don't remember the round exactly, but there was a good pincer, and it was a 5v5 in that scenario, but it doesn't matter when Extrasalt have the gun advantage here. They should be able to win those raw duels, and FaNg holds the line against Bigazetta. That's the first guy to take out the big rifle, taken down as well. He'll get the second onto Hardzao, who picked up the fallen AK, and FaNg's not done either. He's got 10 in the chamber, but now he's got 0 on the HP bar. JT trying to bring this back to a man advantage, runs into PKL, trades it back. Deagle spam from Nekis, He's almost a kill, but not quite. And close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Safe swaps to an AK, 1v3, bomb on his back, time not on his side, no time to go to B, has to hold on to the gun. Extrasalt will tie things up at 9, and Safe, I think he will be allowed to survive.
Yeah, he sacrifices the loss bonus, but I think in this case the AK is more valuable. Alrighty, paiN will be ceding that round to Extrasalt, and we're tied up again, 9-9. It looked a little bit interesting at the beginning, and I honestly thought Nekis could get that frag towards long, but once he goes down and the edge goes to, I believe it was Floppy, well, that was it. So Extrasalt are going to have a good buy-up here. 4 A1Ss and the Galil. At the very least, it is expensive for them, right?
Yeah. That's the one thing you can hold solace in if you are paiN. You force a good amount of reinvestment into this round from Extrasalt. but paiN also have a weaker buy this time than did the round previous at the hero rifle on safe, who's still at $100 because of that lack of loss bonus of the last round. MarKE has a deagle, and he's already been tagged down low. He's lurking out towards B as well. Everybody else positioning towards A. It seems like both these two teams don't like to play B on T side. They like to go to the A site instead, which understandably so. A does tend to be easier to take, but you think of Overpass teams in the past that have been so good on this map. B site is a target point for them a lot of rounds.
paiN taking their time now. Again, as mentioned, they are going to be on a save. They were going to be on a save no matter what, so having the AK carried over, of course, helps out quite significantly, assuming safe can find some heads. But still going to be a very tall order with 3 players on Glocks only with no body armor whatsoever. Nor much utility, of course. Safe, along with Bigu, going to take the first engagements here. I think they're trying to get safe to perhaps trade off of a frag, or he's going to take the lead. No, he's going to go ahead and take this lead. OC will get dropped by safe. JT finds a trade, and now it's up to the pistols, and they make it work. Look at this. They're going to get some rifle upgrades as well. They're walking onto an A site that has been completely vacated. Oh my goodness, what a round it would be if paiN manages to pull this off.
Even if they don't, they've still done so much damage onto Extra Assault, and PKL's positioning unknown by MarKE, and he's just going to fall away, leaving Floppy in a 1v3 with a flashbang and all of the terms of utility he has. A Galil in his hands up against double M4A1s and an AK for MarKE. He's low on health, but Bigu's got a good swing idea around the dice boxes. Good passive hold here from paiN. Bigu has the play, and paiN Gaming strike back with the pistols. It was Extra Assault to do it a couple of times, but paiN have finally sunk the dagger into Extra Assault. They make the eco round work, and some great bit of play it was to take out those defenders on the A site. It was a flurry of headshots coming through from the Brazilian squad, and they maintain their lead. A force spy coming out, and I hope I'm seeing this right, John, because I'm questioning my sanity. A glass cannon op on Floppy.
Yeah, you're seeing it right. I mean, there were 3 Glocks for paiN in that round, and the AK in Safe's hands. And I mean, the AK does get 1, but it's the pistols that come out huge, and then they use the rifles to seal the deal. That was just unbelievable. We've seen a couple of crazy rounds. One for Extra Assault, which wasn't that crazy because it was forced by. I think that one from paiN is even more impressive as they get up to 10. Thing is, Extra Assault, they're forcing up points more. There haven't been many ecos, and FaNg is going to get hearts out with the headshot. Tries to upgrade to the AK, and honestly, not too sure about that. Oh no, there's JT though. Comes out with the Wandig. Bigu's down 4v3. I think it would have been better for FaNg just to stick with the MP9 at that point, because going out there not knowing what could be around that corner was a little risky. MarKE is going to calm things down a little bit. Trades out JT. But going on to this B site, we'll see. Perhaps MarKE with the swag can do the damage up close. He's going to have to be careful. Oh, he sees a smoke and he closes the gap. What a smart play. Now he picks up the A1S and he's looking to find another one. He's looking the wrong way now. Safe should have this, and he does. 2v2. Oh my goodness, what a crazy round it has been, though.
If Extra Assault win this one in return, I think both teams should just stick to rough buys, even if they have the money at this point, because the full buy clearly isn't working for either of them. And OC's coming out construction too. He could catch Safe in rotation, but Safe now looks towards construction. OC can catch timing. Floppy's waiting with the op. OC reveals his position, and Safe will take him down. All down to Floppy's glass cannon AWP. No, he's gonna save. He's gonna call it quits. And paiN Gaming win another round, a critical one against what looked to be a very dangerous force from Extra Assault. Just a couple of timing unfortunalities for Extra Assault, looking at MarKE's kill. And then the way he got taken out by Safe.
Yeah.
That goes differently. It's a different round.
Yeah, MarKE, if he was paying more attention towards Canal, he would have had that. There's no doubt in my mind, as it looks like paiN Gaming should be able to buy up here. Yeah, they had plenty of money across 3 players, so whether it be by dropping or by buying, they'll be able to get 4, make that 3 AKs, the MAC-10, and of course the big green in Safe's hands. Over on Extra Assault though, it's an entirely different story, and this time they are not going to gamble. They just keep the op in OC's hands, who does get the body armor. But outside of that, it's going to be 2 USPs, the CZ, and the Deagle. Now, of course, let's not forget what paiN just pulled off with only an AK. So I think that's what's magical about Counter-Strike in some ways, is that it only takes one rifle to make the difference, and sometimes those pistols can, of course, come out and be the heroes too. So that's what's great. Anyway, Hardzal is going to get the MAC-10 frag on floppy. 5v4, make it a 5v3, and perhaps, well, it's not going to happen this time for Extra Salt.
Well, I would say never say never.
Yeah.
I would say let's not count it out just yet. But I don't see paiN giving this one up. They're not going in towards B. They have not even grabbed the bomb. They're playing this so conservatively, which you really have to credit them. Oh no. Oh no. The bomb's going back to B. Surely not. Safe. Don't do it. Don't do it, Safe. Do you want to win the round? Don't go to B. PKL's gonna walk out. MarKE spots the gun. He's taking some shots from Village position, and he's gonna fall down. But OC has a chance to 1v5 this. He can run back towards A. He's gonna have to. Safe's dropped the bomb back in towards T spawn. And OC's stuck on site. They don't want to let OC out. They want to box him, and there's more than enough time for Bigo to get the bomb to site. Should have about 7 seconds to plant here. If he holds knife out, probably will check connector, make sure there's nobody there. Now he's just gonna run. He's going to hope that it works. OC. He's saving his op. It's going to be a long save, though, John. An additional 40 seconds on the clock now. And at some point or another, you have to imagine paiN are going to zero in on his position. Hardzal the first! And the first one put down. Nicky's up close now, but will OC expect it? No, he won't.
Oh, no.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a smart play from paiN, just to kind of go to that B site and make sure that if OC tries to retreat, that he will go down, and that's exactly what he did. So, there you go. Well played. 12-9 for paiN. They've got that 3-round lead back in their hands. No team has held more than a 3-round lead, though, here in this series. We'll see if that changes in this round, but Extra Salt are coming back with A1Ss across the board, not enough to afford the op.
No kits either, which is a big question mark in my mind. If the bomb goes down for paiN, it's going to make the retake that much harder. We've seen the bomb go down for paiN so many times before. paiN catch out FaNg. That is a big pickup out towards Fountain, and he just was not expecting the possibility that somebody could have gone through Party. Bit of a misjudgment there for FaNg, and perhaps Extra Salt starting to slide a little bit here. Get a little concerned. Timeout might be in order for Extra Salt, and I would definitely like to see it. Even if they are able to win this round, I feel like they need to regroup a little bit. That's a big, big miscalculation there on the initial pick for paiN.
Nade stack coming in 4 barrels, and no one is there, luckily for Extra Salt. As Floppy was waiting right next to Monster, and of course, MarKE not far behind. Both them playing in Canal. And you see paiN, well, B was never the plan. That was more of a distraction than anything else. JT is going to get Molly, but he throws a smoke into it, so they know he's there. Will they overlook OC is the question. He could be the linchpin to paiN Gaming's plans. And then he gets one, has to be careful not to get traded out, and he won't. JT supporting. This is such a good setup, because now OC doesn't have to watch his back, but now JT does go down. OC trying to find the trade, looking to give the man advantage back to Extra Salt. OC jiggling back and forth, and he goes down to safe. What a shot. Bigu's trying to close the gap on the truck player too. Throws a smoke out. That's Floppy fighting for his life, and he will get one. Doesn't get traded yet, and finds himself a second. What a big play. Maybe the 3K it is. Floppy, oh my goodness, gives his team a 10th round.
Floppy! What a play! Laying it all out there from truck, in the fire and the flames. He doesn't even have to rise from the ashes. He does not have to fall to become a phoenix. An amazing hold from Floppy that gets Extra Salt a massive round win. It stops the momentum of paiN. It halts them down in their tracks. And Extra Salt can live to fight another day without going on an eco. They will not have the op for OC yet again, which is a big part of their CT defense. On any map, especially on a map like Overpass, where the oppers can have a lot of fun. But Floppy was having a little bit of fun there from truck. What a performance coming out from him. Might not have the most kills, but that is impact. And impact matters more than overall stats. MarKE's got one. Floppy's been taken out by the spam down through Monster. Unlucky death, but still 4v4 will favor paiN. MarKE closing the gap a little bit, goes to pick up the op, and Neckies pushes through.
Oh.
MarKE's escaped alive, and JT has his back. That's a nice little pickup too. 4v3 now, bomb recovered by paiN. They have a lurk towards A, but I feel like they still want to pressure towards B.
Three players left for paiN. Extra Salt have split the difference between the sites. Two players there. FaNg playing really close to that wall near the entrance to bathroom, so paiN gonna have to hard clear that. And with OC in the position that he is, he could attract the attention and then give FaNg some free frags. That smoke actually helps FaNg, because they probably won't clear around this. They're gonna have to look at the bottom of it. Yeah, they don't clear it around it at all. Two players gonna walk right by his position. Free frags for FaNg, even when he was blinded. And PKL, his last victim. 11-12 now.
And they got an op for OC too, which means things are only going to get easier for the good old Extra Salt squad. I say good old, this is one of the youngest teams in the region by far. I think the average age is something around 22 years, which is absolutely incredible. Yeah.
It is 22, that's exactly right.
Yeah, I mean. And here's my next guess. Don't they have a win streak of around 8 out of the last 10 games on Overpass?
They do, yes.
Extra Salts are so close to making that 9 out of 11. OC, he's the first point of contact out towards bathrooms, falls away from the pistols, does not want to get overwhelmed, picks up 2. That's just shooting fish in a barrel there from OC. Make it a 3K. Can he pad the stats for 4? Yes, he can. Not quite an ace, but still, that's a good way to get your confidence back.
OC's so good. He's one of my favorite players to watch for so many different reasons, but the primary one is he's really versatile as an opper and can just jump around and be on the move and find 4Ks like that. Not to mention, of course, that he can go out with the rifle and do exactly the same thing. There are very few oppers that can transition to the AK or the M4 as well as OC can. So, oof, Extra Salt certainly have an awesome player on their hands there. 12-12. All tied up. AK is going to come back though for paiN, so FaNg has to be careful not to be too aggressive. Oh no, he loses his teammate, needs to fall back without dying here. They're going to try pushing the issue, and they do find a second. JT finally gets the trade, spams through the smoke, looking for another one, but it will still be a man advantage. He's checking long A, not soon enough. Safe drops him, and it's a 4v2 just like that for paiN. But you do see Safe taking a lot of damage in the engagement. He's down to 19 HP, so paiN still have to play this very cautiously, even though Floppy and MarKE are technically spread out, one on each bomb site. Oh, MarKE's going to drop hard Zao, though. That will help their case.
These teams just love to 3-round streak, don't they?
They really do.
Everything. Yeah, it's just been the rule of 3. You get 3 rounds, I'll get 3 rounds. You get 3 rounds, I'll take 3 rounds. Who's going to be the one to break that streak, though? Who is the one that is going to be able to put it over the line? MarKE, he's trying to hold down the B side all alone. Do they clear him out? Now he swings and he will get demolished. Floppy, he can go for this. They have the money. But will he try anything at all? Does not look like it. I think he's just going to save whatever he can get. Perhaps an AK on the ground. He's not going to grab the AK, though. He runs right past it. And I guess it's just going to be a save here from Floppy. 13-12. Extra Salt, though, will need to break the streak of paiN if they want to avoid that map point stat line for the Brazilian squad. Do you want to see an aggressive play from OC out towards B? Do you want to see an aggressive peek from anybody else? Something construction, perhaps? I feel like Extra Salt need to mix things up a little bit.
Perhaps. I mean, I think OC, prior to this round, played pretty well towards the A side. Then they did show some aggression into party, maybe tone down the aggression a little bit. Obviously, paiN Gaming kind of charged into them, and I do like the idea of getting to Fountain as soon as possible on your CT side because you get so much information, but you have to be a little more careful. Perhaps, have one player playing back in the bathrooms while one peeks out towards Fountain. Maybe the Opper or OC can go for that pick and then back off of it immediately. But still, paiN are going to get a 13th round, and well, it was a good effort from Extra Salt, but they just couldn't hang on at the end of the day. Let's see what paiN can do. 4 AKs and the AWP over on Extra Salt. Well, they will have the op of OC back up and running. He had the money to reinvest into it, but instead, he's going to go to the B site. We'll see if that pans out. It doesn't look like paiN are posturing in that direction. Going to Playground once more, and it's pretty much the same setup they had in that previous round, only this time Extra Salt decides to completely give them that space.
The gamble stacked towards B early on from Extra Salt is a bit curious to me, as paiN really haven't gone for the fast B play at all this series. Perhaps Extra Salt were thinking, since they haven't done it, maybe it's time that they go for the risky play and the classic B hit. But paiN still seemed content to work around and find out the map control, which is definitely the better call on a map like Overpass, unless you're going for a set exec when you've been playing slow for so long. paiN pressuring a little bit closer towards the A side, taking every bit of space they are being given by Extra Salt, who, granted, have had a little bit of trouble holding on to these pushes once paiN start to pop with the rifles. What comes to mind is that Deagle round that paiN won with the 1 AK in the hands of saffee, where they had the 3 headshots in about a span of a second and a half to entry onto the A site with a good flashbang play. In comes the hit. OC has rotated up as well to bolster the defenses. JT's up close, and here comes FaNg. He's going to swing towards the first player on trash can. Molly towards Divider. JT sprays down another. He's blinded. His spray will not do more. FaNg is quite low, but he's still alive and kicking. Time, however, is dwindling. It's almost gone. Floppy has fallen, but MarKE's coming up next. saffee walks out. No scope, but a trade is here. Bomb at the feet of FaNg, and PKL has nowhere to go. Extra Salt have broken the 3-round streak, and let's see if they can get the lead back for North America. paiN have a bit of money on saffee, but everyone else is in a danger zone. Are they going to go for the full force here? This is a risky call, and I would call a timeout to talk this one over. paiN, however, decide there's no brakes in the paiN train. It's time to roll over Extra Salt again.
They really don't like calling timeouts, do paiN. I mean, they're just going to go right on forward. 3 AKs, the MAC-10, and the Deagle on their side. See if this buy-up is going to yield any results, but Extra Salt, of course, taking that previous one quite cleanly, in fact. And what I wanted to talk about, actually, is, oh, that's a nice nade. Big U and PKL get taken down to about half health. I wonder if I'm going to get this point out. But yeah, what you saw there, the couple of rounds ago, Floppy choosing not to get the AK. And this is something that we're seeing more and more on CT sides, right? Because the M4 gives you so much of an advantage spamming through the smoke that sometimes you want to hang on onto it, even over the AK.
Mm-hmm. Which is a crazy thought. If you would have told people a year ago the M4A1S would be held over the AK, it would have called you nuts. But Big Uzera's popping off now with a good double spray down. He might be at 1 HP, but it could be good enough to get around for paiN. Rotations coming down from Extra Salt as they try to keep paiN off of 14 rounds. In comes the util. saffee's burning alive. Down to 36. 20. He's barely alive. And with Big at 1 HP, there's 2 players in the red. PKL tagged as well. In comes a spray from JT. He's caught 1, but there's still 2 more to find towards Monster. Another 1 construction and sewers. JT and OC op and M4. JT popping in. OC has 1. Does he expect the next towards Monster? Now he does. He's got the second. The spray from Hartzell's not good enough. He's going to survive, but Extra Salt are going to get their first lead here on Overpass. It seemed like a long time coming, and now it finally happens as we get down to the wire here on map number 2 of this upper bracket final. Again, winner of this one makes it straight to the final. Loser has to play the winner of Bad News Bears versus Team 1 to earn the right for that one final BO3 to book a ticket to ESL Challenger Anaheim.
That is just unbelievable work by OC. in defense of the bomb diffuser. I mean, he did everything with an AWP in technically a 1v3 because the player defusing the bomb couldn't support him. Unbelievable work. FaNg's going to get the opener now in hard Zao. paiN doesn't have much of a buy-up. This could be map and series point for Extra Salt, and OC almost connects on that one. Actually, he did. He got the frag on Bigu. FaNg drops Nekis, and we have a 5v2. Oh, man. Nothing paiN can do with these pistols. Even PKL having the edge on floppy. Also couldn't get that frag. It's all up to safe, but this is looking like 15-13 for the Salters. Nice shot from safe, though.
And an op picked up for safe. There's a lot of time on the clock. The one problem is the bomb is so far gone. Oh, safe, that's just rude. He decides to toss the op out of the map. It's very smart from safe. You don't want to give that to OC. That is his wizard staff. And he definitely can make it so you cannot pass on a map like Overpass. That's a good play by safe. Good presence of mind there, not trying to go for the hero play, instead thinking for the long term.
I think they can still buy it, though. They should be able to buy it with maybe floppy. Yeah, floppy can drop it for OC. So I like the play, but at the end of the day... yeah, actually, you're right. Sorry, it's hard for me to see the money on my phone.
Yeah, you're good.
Yes, you can still buy it. You're correct. So I would say, though, he'll probably get a drop for him so you can get the utility up and running, or maybe they won't go for it. No, there's just no way.
Shh.
Really?
What?
Okay. You know what? I guess I don't necessarily mind it, right? Because you do have to break the bank in some ways to get the op up and running.
Yeah.
And if this goes to 30 rounds, which is very possible, you want to be able to get a full-on buy for the next round. So it is actually quite intelligent. Oh, nice nade. That's going to connect for quite a bit of damage. There you go. 2 players down to half health. Extra Salt could end it right here. MarKE gets 2. He will go down, but Extra Salt have the edge. Floppy with 2. It's all up to Big Azera. And he's going to tap away, but perhaps to no avail. What a hold again from Extra Salt, and they do indeed win it. 16-13 in their favor.
16-3, 16-13. It wasn't the dominant finish we expected after that ancient showing, but Extra Salt were able to claw away in the end. It was not pretty, it was not clean. There were a lot